Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray on as a primer, because I could just do with a bit of a cooling down. I'm a bit hot flushy at the moment, so apologies for being slightly late. I'm going to wait for you all to join me while I put some foundation on. And I'm going to put this new Instant Eye palette on. I will upload the video that I already prepared, but I thought I'd put another look on today. And then I've got all my other palettes, previous year's releases, to do some comparisons with. So let's get going, shall we? And I'm going to put, I definitely need some flawless. Hello, Sunshine. Hello, Emma. So I'm going to do this palette today. I'm going to do a look with this palette, a different one to the one I filmed. Hello, Nina. And then I am, what's going on here? Why is my, hello, Nina. And I'm going to do, hello, Rebecca. I've got all the other palettes, including the curry palette. Right, hands up. Oh, we're going to wait for people to join. We'll wait for people to join, and then I'm going to say hands up. Hello, Bushra. Hello, and thank you all for joining me. You haven't had a chance to play with it. Ooh. I thought I just dropped Flawless Filter on my top, but maybe not. I'm going to just put loads of this on. Why is my camera going into lockdown when I'm on a live feed? That's really weird. My you know when you've got your phone and you don't use it for a while, it starts to go into lockdown. It's starting to do that if I don't press the screen. It doesn't normally do that when you're doing a live. Very strange. Anyway, this is the Huda blush, a thingy. I don't know. Please stop doing that. I'm on a live feed. Why would I be logging out of my phone? That's silly. So let's have a look here. What have we got? Live chat. Everyone saying hello. Hello, Tria. Hi, Posh. You'll know who I am referring to at Not Fit for Print. Hello. Yes, I've got to go and look at these posh glosses. Ah, yes. Happy anniversary to Tria. Happy first anniversary to Tria. I can't believe when you posted that. I thought it's not been a year. I remember us doing videos about what makeup you were gonna wear. Couldn't believe it. I'm just gonna leave this and not press it for a minute and see if this logs me out on my phone. If it does, just bear with me. I'm gonna come back. I don't know why it's doing this. It's really weird. That is very strange. Why would it lock my phone while I'm doing a live feed? That's weird. Weird, weird, weird. I'm going to have to keep doing that with the screen so it doesn't lock me out of my phone. Never done that before. Never, ever, ever. And what's happened to this? What's happened to my flawless foundation now? Oh, dear. There we go. Hello, Rena. Hi, Terry. Cosmic Palette of Pops. Oh, yes. Now, what is that out yet? Cosmic Palette of Pops. Yeah, we all want to know about this. Nina. I used to be first with all the new Charlotte Tilbury release stories, but I seem to be the last these days. The Cosmic is coming soon. No, but someone did a review. How did they do a review? They must have been given an early release. Do you know what? I'd love that. More than freebies. I'd love to just... I'd happily pay Charlotte Tilbury. I would happily pay for an early release. Do you know what? I can't bear the fact that my phone keeps trying to lock. So I can change that in settings. It shouldn't do it when you're on a live feed. But can you all just bear with me a minute? I'm just going to freeze like this and go. But I'll be right back. I'm going to change the settings so it stops doing it on my phone. I don't know why it's doing it anyway, but it's starting to bug me. Is it not going to do it anymore? Maybe YouTube have heard me. If it doesn't grey out, I won't go off. Let's see. If it does it once more. Yeah, it's done it once more. Bear with me. I'll be straight back. All right? Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Right. I've basically put the screen's not to lock ever. So that will stop it doing it. Right. I'm in an alley live after so long. So glad to chat to you all. Right. I've just put some Flawless foundation on. I am so tired this week. Can you hear that my voice is going? I'm going to put a bit more Flawless filter over the top to give me a bit of a glow. At some point, ladies, I am going to come on and do a video all about what's been going on. It's a little bit sensitive at the moment, so I don't really want to go too public on it. But today is supposedly Dad's eviction day from the care home. Now, of course, well, I say of course, they're not going to chuck him out on the streets, we hope. But the threat is there, which is causing us a great deal of stress, and we've had a number of meetings. And I am going to do a video once we've tried to resolve a lot of things, because I think what they're putting families through in this very convoluted system is horrendous. And I'm also mindful of the fact that, as I say, I'm not going into specific detail, but just general at the moment. A lady called Glam Me Up did a video on YouTube, but I wasn't impressed by her application. She had both the pearl palettes. Sorry, but what concerns me and my sister, by the way, is in the other room, but she's always been very camera shy, so I doubt she'll come in and say hello to you guys. But what concerns me is that a lot of people that are in this situation, like my dad is in, the advocate speaking up for them is maybe an elderly partner. And, just had a text from the gardener saying, is it all right if I pop round later? He'll just have to wait for my reply. Yeah, so it concerns me that there's elderly people being put through this, because my sister and I are on our knees and it's making us ill. So what it would do to an 80-year-old partner. But that's why I want to do a video about it at some point when I'm through all the fog of what's going on, and I'll explain to you. And I think you will understand how challenging it's been to make time for myself and my channel. But also in case there's anybody else going through it that needs some support. Right, I'm going to put some of my Aldi concealer on because I love it. So I mix. Oh! Now, I definitely spilt that one. Clumsy. Okay, fair enough. Where's that gone? Excuse me a second. Thankfully, it landed on a waterproof. I don't know what I'm doing now. Right. Let's get back to topic. That's tiredness for you. You get clumsy. Right. So what I do with the Aldi concealer is I mix dark and light. You could be here all day. What's this? And we're ready to listen when you have time. It's not about having time, Rebecca. It's about the sensitivities of when I put it on social media. At the moment, it's the very sort of sensitive negotiations going on. and I wouldn't want to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. But at some point, I'm going to talk about the whole experience. But to talk about general, on Tuesday we were in a 6.5 hour meeting online with 2 5-minute breaks. I kid you not. Oh, don't worry, Nina. Thank you. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. That's great. So I'm going to get a light one soon as well. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. And also, I'm going to do this again in my video, but I want to give a shout out to Ali Stevens. Hello, Ali. I don't know if you're on here live today. But Ali Stevens, you know how bad I am. Hello, Shahina. Hello, Nicole Lombardo. And hello, Terry. Have I missed anyone? Right, I just wanted to give a shout out to Ali Stevens, and I'll do so again on the next video because I couldn't remember who it was that got me the colour chameleon last year. Well, she didn't get it me. She emailed me and said, she messaged me on here and said, there is the colour chameleon in the advent calendar, which was called Copper Lights, is available on eBay if you want to buy it. And I rushed on there and bought it. And I couldn't remember who it was. But Ali Stevens reminded me it was her. And how could I have forgotten it was another Ali? So she well and truly is my Ali Pally. Hello, Nicole. So I'm just putting... I really need to get another one of these, don't I? This is the light flawless finish powder. And then I'm going to put this, and I've got all the previous year's palettes. I bet Rebecca's been swatching away like a mad person, haven't you, Rebecca? Hello, Stacey. I'm watching. I'm not good at the moment. I'm just watching. I'm not. Don't worry, Stacey. Well, thank you for watching. I'm so sorry to hear that you're not good today. I'm giving you a big kiss. And this is for Charlie. Mwah. Has anyone seen The Good Place? Oh, you sorted your thing out on Instagram, Bushra. You haven't been too much watching today, Ali, oddly. Right, okay, now I want hands up, those of you, because I know that some of you are only sort of in the past year might have joined my channel. Hands up, those of you that don't know what I mean by the curry palette, because I want to see if I need to explain it again. When I talk about the curry palette, does everyone know why I call it? This is the first instant palette that Charlotte released. I called the curry palette. Does everyone know why, or do I need to repeat myself? You, and hang on, what did I say? Hands up if you don't know why I call it. So, Nina, you don't know why I call it the curry palette. I forgot what I said. Okay, I'm going to show you the curry palette. If I repeat myself to those of you that do know, that's correct. The very first palette that she released was this one. It was just called the Instant Eye Palette. And here it is. And when I got it, I kept thinking, is someone cooking a curry? And then I realised that every time I use this palette, I thought I could smell curry. And I went like that and gave it a sniff. And it was the palette. The palette smells of curry powder. Still don't know why. It's intriguing, but it definitely smells of curry powder. And It's made in Italy. I mean, if it'd been made in India, but then Italy, I'd imagine it would smell of basil. There's me being completely stereotypical now. But don't forget, I'm half Indian. Turmeric. Yeah. What? Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if people use turmeric. Because turmeric's good anti-inflammatory. It certainly gives a beautiful yellow pigment in things. The only problem with turmeric is if you stuck turmeric on your eyes and used it as eyeshadow, you probably have yellow eyes for about a week, because the worst thing in the world, apart from spilling concealer all over your top, is getting turmeric on clothes. A nightmare to get out. Apparently glycerin gets it out. Did you know that, ladies? If you put glycerin on it, it teases it out. And work tops, if you get turmeric on work tops. Right, so I'm not going to get the curry palette out for now, because I'm going to show you this one again. Let's just do a look. Now, I did a look with the colour chameleon, which I've yet to put out, so I'm not going to repeat that look. I'll do another look. Let me see. I could do the green look, because I did use a few of the green shadows in the look the other day, or I could do one of the other ones. What do people want to see? Let's see. I mean, you might all say different ones, but I'm going to read them out. So if I do a look, we have love eyes, we have power eyes, we have happy eyes, and we have confident eyes. Is the Pillow Talk colour... I love it. I love the colour chameleon. It's beautiful. Yet Too Faced uses cocoa. Power. You want power eyes. Power. Okay. This one. Is everyone happy for that? Thank you, Terry. I'll do power eyes, shall I? I have a feeling my sister wants to try out this palette before she gets it. And I have a feeling this is going to look beautiful on my sister's eyes, because she's got hazel eyes. And these greens will look beautiful on her eyes. In fact, I might just do that look on her after I come off. I'm sure by the end of it, she'll be desperate for the palette. Okay, so let's do the power eyes. So I'm going to actually go in with this middle shade, which is this beautiful. Now, the only thing about this, it's very well pigmented, but there's quite a bit of fallout. Look at that. No, I'm confident then. No, I like power eyes. I'm doing power eyes now. I'm already started, Terry. Can I make a bit of a confession to you? I really wanted to do power eyes, but I thought because I'd put some of these shades in the look that I've already filmed, I didn't do a complete power eyes look. I thought maybe I should do something else, but I'm secretly glad that you said power eyes. Look at that. As someone else said, confident eyes. Don't worry, if I've got a lot of requests for another one, I'll do another video. So just keep coming with your requests. The pigment is so rich, but it will fall out a little bit. You know, you could just do an eye look like that, couldn't you, really? And that's one shadow. But what I also like about this is that there's a nice matte brown, really nice transition matte brown in this trio. See this one here? That's such a perfect transition shade. Because when you've got this, you don't... For me, I don't want to get that up here, because this is where the hood is of my lids. So I want something more matte there. No, I haven't done the comparison, but I've got them with me. So After I've done this look, I've got all the palettes with me from previous years, I think, I hope. Rebecca, let me know if I've missed one, because I know Rebecca's got them all as well. I think I've got them all together in the one box. The only instant palette I haven't got by the side of me is the Pillow Talk one, because that was not released at Christmas. That was released as part of the Pillow Talk. But every September time, she releases the instant palette for 48 hours. Then she withdraws it and then she brings it out for Christmas. So we're talking about Christmas instant palettes. It's sort of become a Charlotte Tilbury tradition to do that. What's this idea about my sister? I wish your sister would let you apply to her for us to see. She would not. She would not be filmed. She's the opposite. We're yin and yang. Yin and yang. I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to, but she would not agree to that in a month of Sundays. Now this is the highlighter, but it's a matte highlighter. I'm never happy with matte highlighter under my brow. The only thing is there is a sort of more shimmery one in Love Eyes. I think that's the one thing that this palette's missing is a light highlighter shade, because this one is probably a little bit too much. It's more a lid sparkle than a highlighter. But so I'm just dabbing it very lightly and then blending it in with another finger. This is one of the lighter shades out of Love Eyes, but it's quite sparkly, so go easy on it. Now, there's another shade in here which I really love. So in the third shade of this is a darker green, but it's still got shimmer. Let me just show you all of them together in this trio. So that's the first one that I put on. That's the second one. And this is the matte shade. So what I like to do with this one is just actually darken up the outer corner. So it gives the impression that that one's, the hood is going back. I don't mind a bit of shimmer here on my mobile lid, but I try and avoid it up here. This is more kind of a satin shimmer. The other one's a sparkly shimmer. And then I'm just going to get a smudge brush. And actually what's really nice is to put this one here under the eyes. Looks nice. It's a bit eye brightening. Now, somebody just commented. What did you say? Like your nail polish colour. Thank you. My nails all cracked. I forgot to tell you that when I went to the funeral, on the way there, my scooter broke. And then I had to, I think it was picked up by the front handlebars. And there's a handle in the middle. And if people don't pick it up from that, there's a tiller that actually enables you to rise and drop the handle that I hold on to, and it broke. So we had to go and get this tape. And of course, when you're flying, you can't fly with scissors. So even though I had to try and cut this tape with a nail file, and I broke nails and stuff. So at the moment, they're not in the best condition. But this is the Nail Envy by OPI. So this is the treatment one that you put on to strengthen up your nails. This nail I tore right back to the quick because it got caught. And it was a lovely long nail, but it basically got caught in what I was doing and it ripped right back to the quick. So I had to cut that right down and all of these started snapping off. So I've got a couple of long nails still and the others are all broken off. So I've put this on to strengthen up my nails. And it is very effective because it's got extra calcium and stuff in it. So thank you for that. And it's called, they do it in two colours. The coloured one, you can get the Clear Nail Envy and you can get, there's one called, oh, what's this one called now? There's one called Samoan Sands, which is a sort of more nudie shade than this. And then this one, and I can't remember what this is called, but I'll put it down in the comments later on. I'll pin a comment. Malibu something, I can't remember. I really can't. And what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to show you this. I'm just getting a liner brush very quickly. If I can find my liner brush. And show you. So there is a matte black in this palette, which is always handy to have. And because I love powder eyeliners. And that's from Confident Eyes. So just so that you can see the black in it, I'm going to use this to line my eyes with a liner brush. And the thing is that you can get really close to the lash line when you use a liner brush and powder black eyeliner. It's just so easy to do. Especially if you're like me and of a certain age where your lids have become a little bit crepey. Just gives you a more even line. Or setting a pencil. Now what I'll do, just so that you can see another colour in this palette. So that's the trio. But what I'll do, just as I say, for the sake of you seeing another colour, I'll put some of this one from Happy Eyes in the centre of my lid. So you've got a bit of a gold look going on right in the centre. Look at that. That's nice. Should have done that before the black eyeliner, really, but never mind. Just making sure I blend it at the sides. Right. So that is it. Now, I won't bother with mascara and stuff. I'll do the finished look later because I did promise that I would do the comparisons. And I'm going to show you this lipstick again because I love it. And I especially love this lipstick with the Victoria Beckham red lip liner. So I have to show you that. Let me just find my Victoria Beckham lip liner. Here we are. So this is the red. It's just called Red by Victoria Beckham. Do you? Do you know what? The only thing is that I think Happy Eyes reminds me of so many of the previous ones. But I love the greens. It is pretty. I think, Rebecca, I just haven't had a chance to even look at the other palettes to compare it with until now. Hello, Julie. Now, there's one reason why I don't use the Charlotte Tilbury red lip liner very much, is because it actually looks pink on me. For some reason, it doesn't look red. I think if you're fairer skin, it would look red, but on my skin tone, Charlotte Tilbury's red lip liner, what's it called? What's a red lip liner called? I used to remember all the names, but you know the one I mean. It doesn't look red on me. It looks pink. But that looks red. So that's a Victoria Beckham lip liner. And I just filled in the lip because it's so good, this lip liner, at helping your lipstick last long. Here is the lipstick. Now, we are talking about Red Wishes, and I love this. I just love it. This is a real feel-good lipstick. Do you know what it reminds me of, the smell? Plasticine at school. You know, when we were at nursery school playing with not Play-Doh. Not plasticine, Play-Doh. It's got that smell to it. Do any of you remember Play-Doh? It was like plasticine, but it was a little bit softer. I've had a flashback now to getting Play-Doh for Christmas one year. And you could make spaghetti with the Play-Doh, and you had a spaghetti maker, and it went through the thing, and you wound the handle and made little thin, long strings of spaghetti with the Play-Doh. Suddenly had a flashback to getting that for Christmas one year. Yeah, no, this is definitely... So, Emma, be reassured if you haven't got one of these. I suspect you may have done. This is Play-Doh, not plasticine. Look at that. I love these. I love it. Can you tell? If I start shouting or I start whispering, that's normally because I'm really excited about something. Right, palettes. So, the question is, will I remember them in order? Let's see. Right, this is the curry palette. This is number 1. That's what started it all. And as you can see, there was a matte black. And it was disco, date, desk, and day. So everything began with D. And it was just called the Instant Eye Palette. So that was the first. Yeah, honestly, really good and quite transfer resistant. Doesn't feel like you're wearing too much on your lips. So that was, and you can see that this first palette was a kind of very nude kind of thing. Obviously, this one was a bit more party-like because you had this silver and the black, your matte black and the silver. But it was quite a neutralish kind of palette. Right, that's number 1. Let's see if I can remember what came next. I think Stars in Your Eyes palette came next. I think. And she used, this is the one, I think, again, I'm just from memory, that she basically built the foundation of the Charlotte Darling palette. Although that might have been this one, actually. Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. But I think it was some of these that were the Charlotte Darling shades. So you can see when I was talking about Happy Eyes in this palette, it kind of reminds me of these more warmer trios in quite a few of these palettes. See, the kind of warmer shades. It's this Power Eyes trio here is very like these Happy Eyes. Oh, they're both called Happy Eyes. They're both called Happy Eyes. And they look very similar. So, definitely Happy Eyes is very similar to the older Happy Eyes, except this had a darker matte shade in it. And that there were 2 matte shades and a shimmer, whereas this one has got 2 shimmers and a matte, and the matte's lighter. But similar kind of tones. I will swatch things if you want. I'm not sure that I've got the energy to swatch all 12 shades of something like 6 palettes, but any request, just message me as we're talking. Then there was Starry Eyes to Hypnotise, I think. Rebecca, please jump in and correct me if I've got them in. Rebecca's good at remembering about the order and when things happened. She's very good at that. So we have this one. Now, I remember that this was the year. This must have been 2 years ago, because this was just before I moved, and I saw the preview of it when I went to the launch for Airbrush Flawless Foundations. This was definitely 2 years ago. And as you can see, this trio again, very similar. This one's called Love Glow, but it's very similar again to Happy Eyes. You want to swatch this one? Actually, it's quite... I'm going to hold up. I will do, Nicole. Let's look. There's actually quite a few similarities here. So we've got the matte black. But obviously this is a cooler trio at the end. This is the new one at the top. We've got this trio that's very like this trio at the bottom. And we've also got the greens in this one, but slightly different greens. And then we've got neutrals. It's quite similar-ish, except that when you get to the dark trio, it's a cooler kind of thing. So Nicole wants me to swatch this palette. So this one is Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. So we have Happy Glow. See, it's a bit crumbly. Love Glow. Actually, it's lasted well for pigment. It's not dried up, this one. Then we got Dream Glow. Now, this is the green trio on this Starry Eyes palette. That's quite similar to this shadow that I've just put here. So they're more of a kind of black and green than this one that I've put on my lid is definitely more of a vibrant khaki. And then you've got Seduce Glow, which is the kind of cooler party time look. That one doesn't seem to want to swatch very well, but it is getting old. Then we got the silver. And then we got the matte black, which I just keep swatching with other stuff on my hands, which I'm going to wipe because you want to see this as it is. It is a matte black. Okay, so that was Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. Rebecca, are you still here? And have I got them in the right order? I think I have. And then last year, we had Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotise, which is this one in this packaging. And I will hold up the two palettes again so you can see them next to one another. So this was Bejeweled from last year. So it's quite different from last year's one. See, so you've got sort of purples in that one. And you've got sort of, I think, generally more warm shades. You haven't got the greens. It just looks quite different to last year's one. See that? Now, what I'll do later is I will try and photograph all of them together. I'll line them up so they're all next to one another in order of the date that they were released so that you can see what they look like. As everyone's gone very quiet. Am I just very boring or very fascinating, or have you fallen asleep? Or are you just intrigued by what's going on? I don't seem to have been getting any requests to show them anything. Yeah, it is quite similar. I think you're right. It's quite similar to the Starry Eyes to this one. Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. That's the other thing. She's doing it again with names. Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. Bejeweled Eyes to... No, sorry. Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotise. Smoky Eyes are Forever. Thank you. It didn't end with eyes again. And then Instant Palette and Stars in Your Eyes. They're all similar names. You are still here just watching the comparisons. I mean, let's face it. If you bought an Instant Palette... Sorry, I've got something tickling my nose. If you bought this palette from 2 years ago, yes, it's quite similar to that. But your palettes are going to be getting old. And... let's go back to this one. Let's put them together again. Right, so the top one is the older one. And the bottom one is the newer one. You haven't got the kind of Golden Goddess-like shades in the new one. Oh, I've just got a notification from Pat McGrath. I'm sure it's about a new palette. I really shouldn't spend any more. It is a similar colour scheme. And you've got a matte black in that one as well. You are still all here. So what I'll do is I'll put up all these palettes together in a picture. And I'll put it on Instagram and the community. And I'll try and swatch all of them on my arm like that. And then take pictures and incorporate them into one shot so you can see all of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instant palettes. I think that's right. So that will give you an idea of whether or not you want to purchase. Who's already purchased this new palette? I know one of you said you'd already got it. Do you know what? I'd never thought before Charlotte Tilbury came along about having red lipstick and green eye makeup. But when she brought out her Rebel, the original Rebel, and she had red lipstick, I thought, oh, that works. And I do actually like it. I do need to put some mascara on, though. Let's put some mascara on while I chat away to you guys. And then I shall finish off for now because I think my voice is about to go. You've bought it, but you haven't messed with it yet, have you, Emma? I'm just going to put some of Victoria Beckham's. Which one of the trios do you think you're going to want to dig into first? Thank you, Tria. Only the palette on Pat McGrath has launched. That's what I was interested in, you see. I asked to be notified. I think I might just have to get it. Probably the green trio. The green trio would look lovely on you, Emma. Do you know what? I've got two highlighters from Pat McGrath, and they're both quite similar. But the palette has got quite a few colours in it, so I'm really interested in that. So I might just treat myself, even though I've spent a fortune on makeup this month. I've also spent on my family, by the way. You're a bit concerned. You haven't tried it at all, Emma. Maybe what I should do is that I might do you a little private video of a try-on of Starry Eyes to Hypnotise. What was it, confidence? Or you just never got round to it? Do you know what? The amount of palettes I've got now, I probably don't have... I've got so many I can't use them. I would say that I've probably used all of my palettes at least once. Oh. Well, thank you for the confessional. I think you should give it a go then, Emma. If it's been sitting in the box and not been opened, at least it's not gone off. Because it hasn't had the air exposed to it for long. You're trying to... Your makeup's packed up as you're trying to sell your place. Emma, my stuff's been packed up for 2 years in boxes. I've got all these, you know, the plastic boxes. I've got all of them filled with the Charlotte Tilbury gift boxes inside. And I can't wait to settle in my own home so I can have my own room with my makeup in it. It's yeah, exactly. It's a powder. I think some people go a little bit mad about not keeping, or it says keep for 6 months, so chuck it out after 6 months. I think it also depends on how you look after things. I saw a video a few weeks ago that I was intrigued to watch, and I'm not going to say who it was because I'm not in it to down everybody that does YouTube, but I just could not get over. I mean, I'm pretty bad sometimes at cleaning my brushes, but this person put this you know, the beauty blender to her face, and it was absolutely filthy. I could not believe she was putting it near her face. And I know, I mean, mine needs a clean, but this was, oh. Anyway, but I think it also depends on how often you clean it. And I've got a spray that I spray that's kind of an antibacterial spray. There's a set now that's out, a new set that, you know that Lisa Armstrong, if you go to Lisa Armstrong's Instagram page, she's recommending this company that's selling these hygiene products for makeup, and it's quite reasonable as well. You can get a whole pack with the spray for your palette, a spray for your brushes, and something else for like under 20 quid. It's have a look at her Instagram page. I think she's collabed with this particular company to recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to go and put this top in the wash. Now I've got foundation over it. And I will see you all very soon. And I will put out, I think I'm going to put out a few more looks on this. Put them out as a video. And definitely will put out the look that I did the other day with the colour chameleon. And thank you all for joining me. I better go now because seriously my voice is about to go. I will make it last till it evaporates. I know what you mean. That's the thing. You look back at years gone by and you think, I spent so much on this makeup. I can't possibly throw it away. But when you've got so many palettes that you couldn't actually use them all until they're run out. Yeah. Anyway, it's great chatting to you all. Have a lovely day. I will see you all soon. Love you. Mwah. Don't forget to like the video.